It was a bright Sunday morning at the Harrington mansion, a place where everything sparkled, from the marble floors to the silver spoons. Eleanor Harrington, an elegant white woman in her late 50s, prided herself on her family's wealth and reputation. She had spent years building an image of perfection, the kind where everything had to look right. But that illusion began to crack the moment her only son, Ethan, walked through the door, holding hands with a young black woman. Eleanor's smile froze. Her teacup trembled slightly in her hand. "Ethan, who is this?" she asked, her tone polite but cold. Ethan, excited and proud, squeezed the girl's hand. "Mom, this is Maya, my girlfriend." Maya smiled warmly and reached out her hand. "It's a pleasure to meet you, Mrs. Harrington." But Eleanor hesitated before shaking it. For a split second, something unspoken flickered in her eyes, not hatred but discomfort. The silence in the room was thick enough to choke on. "Welcome," Eleanor finally said, forcing a smile. "Please sit." As the couple sat on the luxurious cream-colored couch, Eleanor's gaze kept drifting toward Maya, her curly hair, her simple dress, her calm confidence. She wasn't what Eleanor had imagined for her son. The Harrington family was known for mingling with their own kind of people from business circles and high society. Eleanor couldn't help but think that Maya didn't fit that picture. Lunch was served in the grand dining room. Crystal glasses sparkled under the chandelier. The butler stood by, waiting silently. Eleanor tried to make conversation, but every question sounded like an interrogation. "So Maya, what does your family do?" Maya smiled politely. "My mother was a nurse and I work at a community center now. We help kids with after-school programs." Eleanor's fork paused midair. "How lovely," she said flatly, glancing at Ethan as if to say, "Is this serious?" Ethan noticed. His jaw tightened. "Mom, Maya's amazing. You'd know that if you actually talked to her. Not her resume." The tension in the air was unbearable. Maya looked down, trying to ease the awkwardness. That's when Eleanor noticed it. A small necklace around Maya's neck. It was a simple silver chain with a tiny locket. But when the light hit it, Eleanor's expression changed completely. Her face went pale, her hand clutching her chest. "Maya," Eleanor whispered, her voice shaking. "Where did you get that necklace?" Maya, confused, touched it gently. "This? It was my mother's. She said it belonged to the woman who helped raise her. Before she passed away." Eleanor's eyes widened in disbelief. She stood up suddenly, tears forming in her eyes. "Your mother?" "What was her name?" Maya hesitated. Ruth Williams." Eleanor gasped and covered her mouth. The room went silent. Ethan looked between them, alarmed. "Mom, what's going on?" Eleanor sank into her chair, shaking her head. "Ruth, she was our maid. When you were just a baby, Ethan. She took care of you day and night when I was too busy running the company. She was kind, gentle. She practically raised you." Maya's eyes softened. "My mom used to tell me about a baby she loved more than anything. A boy with blue eyes who would stop crying whenever she sang. She said she had to leave suddenly, and it broke her heart." Tears rolled down Eleanor's cheeks. The memory came flooding back. Ruth's laughter, her lullabies, her selfless care. Eleanor had never realized how deeply that woman had impacted her family until this moment. And now, standing before her, was Ruth's daughter, the child of the woman who had once loved her own son like her own. Eleanor stood and walked toward Maya slowly. "That necklace. I gave it to Ruth the day she left. She said she'd keep it forever." Maya took the locket in her hand and opened it. Inside was a faded picture, a baby and a smiling young woman holding him. "That's you," Maya said softly. "My mom always told me this was the boy she used to take care of." Eleanor couldn't hold back anymore. She reached out and hugged Maya tightly, sobbing. "Oh my God. I judged you before I even knew you. Ruth would be so ashamed of me right now." Maya's voice trembled. "She taught me to forgive, Mrs. Harrington. She said people aren't born with hate, they learn it. And they can unlearn it too." Ethan watched in disbelief as his mother, who had always cared about image and status, now clung to Maya with tears in her eyes. "I'm so sorry," Eleanor whispered. "You remind me so much of her, her strength, her kindness. I was blind." From that day on, things changed. Eleanor made an effort to truly know Maya, Not for where she came from, but for who she was. She invited her to family dinners, asked about her work, and even started volunteering at the community center Maya worked for. It wasn't about guilt. It was about gratitude and redemption. Months later, during Ethan and Maya's engagement dinner, Eleanor stood to give a toast. Her voice was steady but emotional. I once judged someone because I thought they didn't belong in my world. But the truth is, they reminded me of the woman who showed me what love really means. Ruth Williams changed my life once, and now her daughter has done it again. The guests applauded, some wiping away tears. Ethan held Maya's hand under the table, and she smiled at him with quiet pride. After the dinner, Eleanor gave Maya a small box. Inside was another locket, gold this time, engraved with the words, "Love sees no color." Maya looked up, eyes glistening. "Thank you," she whispered. Eleanor smiled softly. "No, Maya, thank you for reminding me what truly matters." The two women embraced, as the room filled with light conversation and laughter. The warmth between them was real, the kind that erases years of misunderstanding in a single moment. Moral of the story: hate divides, but kindness heals. We are all connected in ways we don't always see. When we choose compassion over judgment, we discover that love has no color, only humanity.